Okay. I'm crabby today, so like, subscribe, and follow This Is Truly News. Damn it. Wait, that's not very nice.
No, that isn't. Try something nice.
Damn it, like or subscribe. This is Truly News. Now. And have your friends do it right after now. Thank you.
Pack of idiots.
Like, subscribe, follow. Do that.
Or else.
I am on my last nerve and you're starting to annoy it.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
Okay, before I do the first story, we didn't have enough for a mailbag today, so we're just going to say, James,
nobody loves us, everybody hates us. Do I have to eat worms?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
But the good news is you'll have warm bait for later. Now,
hang on.
What?
Ew. Okay, go ahead.
Jimmy Kerr checked in, and
James W. Kerr.
Now, this is the second time we have asked him about
bowling.
Bowling
K
for
at the end of his name. He's a star. He's a legendary starship captain.
It's Kerr.
We just had a K at the end. What do you get?
Kirk.
You would. Scottish idiot. What the hell? Listen, use your H's the way you're supposed to, and quit. Anybody.
In any case,
James,
we've asked twice.
If his middle name is Tiberius, his parents were omniscient.
In any case, we've asked him twice about bowling for dollars, way back at KMOM in the old days.
Did we?
Yeah.
Why would we bring up such a painful topic?
So, and finally, we got his attention this time.
Well, he's older.
Yeah, there is.
He probably had his attention all the times, and he just kind of slipped his attention.
And you remember that Wayne David did some, and I remember Jim was the host of Bowling for Dollars, right? James Kerr.
I remember it, by the way.
What?
Bowling for Dollars was so memorable. The only way I remembered it was I saw a picture of it somewhere.
Jimmy says, that was me. I did it with Wayne David. I was the star.
Yes, you were.
Of course you were.
And now you're a legendary starship captain almost.
Okay, so let's move from that to something, I don't know. What do we want to say? More
clever?
Highbrow.
No, that's not it.
Highbrow.
Oh, hang on. I speak, Scott. Duck. This is going to be as low as we go.
Not quite. Spiders are everywhere.
Okay.
And them spiders, they've got big appetites.
Hungry spiders.
Hungry spiders.
Would make a lousy game, by the way.
According to some estimates,
little itty-bitty.
There are about 25 million tons worth of spiders worldwide.
We measure them by the gross weight?
We must. In a related
How big is that spider? Well,
he's a insignificant portion.
Let's just say if we measured him by the ton, there wouldn't be as many as others.
A 2017 study.
Don't look at me like that, you stuffed thing.
Spiders eat between 400 and 800 million metric tons. That's 485 million to 970 million U.S. tons of food per year.
Really?
Let's put that in a perspective anyone can understand. You ready?
Yeah, well, how would it compare to me? I mean, that guy got to be close.
The total number of adult humans on Earth weighs about 287 million tons.
So what you're saying is...
Yeah. So for the most part,
we could be gone
like that if they decided.
So we've got all these stupid apocalyptic movies. Do you ever notice, by the way, the future always sucks? Did you ever notice that in the movies?
Well, except for Star Trek. That was Roddenberry saying things will get better.
But he's so amazingly naive and
I doubt it because things have gotten better over the past 200 years, 500 years.
Really?
By any measure, yes. By every measure, yes. Lifespan's gotten better. Calorie intake has gotten better.
Say two fat guys.
See, we're proof. Things are better. But I mean, in terms of that, people living in abject poverty has dwindled to 10%. It used to be 90%. So there. Now,
I was thinking of something more important than just physical, but go ahead.
Fine. Well,
You can't argue that one. I'm sorry. We have gotten stupider on that as time goes on. And now back to our story about spiders.
For the most part, humans are not targets of spiders' daily diet.
Thank God, or we'd be dead in a year.
They prefer insects.
Yeah, put that in a movie, you morons.
Insects, lizards, birds, and even mice can be on the menu if you're one of them big.
And I never include like
spiders.
Julia Roberts or Sandra Bullock when I call Hollywood morons.
Because they're
not morons.
They're anti-morons.
They're talented and smart ladies.
Tone?
What? You're done.
Yeah.
We should warn me.
I'll give you the high sign.
Nope. So, yes or no? You are never safe from bureaucrats, even on your own property.
No, you're not safe from them, even on your own property.
Judy and Ed Crane from San Francisco recently received more than $15,000 fine for a parking violation. They had, wait for it, outrageously and right in the face of danger, parked their car in their own driveway.
Those scofflaws.
San Francisco rocks and rolls again. They had to recall their city attorney or their the city attorney, right?
City attorney,
for being an idiot on crime.
Oh, yeah.
But by God, we're going to find these people $1,500 for parking in their driveway. Oh, by the way, they also sent along a tiny little threat of a $250 per day penalty if they don't move that damn car. Why would they do this, you ask?
Why would they do this?
You should ask.
What? Okay, go.
Forgot the last part.
Sorry.
The fine is based on a decades-old planning code that the couple didn't even know existed. I'm guessing it was on a decades-old planning code that most of the free world as we know it today knew it existed. They have been parking their car in their driveway for nearly 40 years. I mean, it's not like they're newbies without any issues. But now the city is suddenly saying it's not legal. Ladies and gentlemen, bureaucracy.
Somebody complained.
And I mean, come on, San Francisco is a nightmare anyway, especially if you own a car. Where do you park in San Francisco? It's like parking in New York. You find a parking place, you live there, and you just walk and see your car now and again.
You walk and visit on weekends.
Their house, in which the couple has lived for at least 40 years, has a handy little driveway. And for the past 36 years, the Cranes have been parking their vehicle in said handy little driveway, which has, saved you a lot of angst, right? You're not on the street.
Yeah.
You always use the carport every day and night. No big deal. All that changed when they got the parking ticket, $1,500, and a threat of $250 more a day. The ticket states the Cranes now owe the city of San Francisco $1,542. Of course, more if the extra fine is. The Cranes thought the ticket couldn't be right. They'd been parking in that driveway for a long time now. It wasn't a mistake, though, and it wasn't a regular cop who gave them the fine. The ticket came directly from the city's planning department. Pretty sure that
this is going to be kind of right.
Pretty sure that if they would open up their suits and tear open their shirts, there'd be a big B on there
for
bureaucracy. Should be a BS, but that's another story.
I'm bureaucracy, man.
They told them parking their driveway has never been legal, and they get another $1,500 fine if their car was found in that spot again. It turns out there is an ancient section of code that prohibits parking any vehicle, including horse-drawn carriages. That'll tell you how old it is. You cannot park them in front of a building unless it's in front of a garage, because it would look unpleasant. Now, considering some of the Cranes' neighbors park their cars in front of their houses, that's fine because they all have the garages. Although, I mean, come on, cars parked in front of, it looks like a car parked in front of, right?
Yeah.
City told the Cranes that their situation could be grandfathered into the rules if they could prove that the driveway has historically been used for parking.
Well, they got nearly 40 years of that. This is why San Francisco's up.
Do you document parking in your driveway? No, I don't think so.
Somebody has
San Francisco runs under the radar. You have idiot cities like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. They're blatantly idiot cities.
Yeah.
San Francisco just quietly.
I'm sure there's some in Britain.
No. Yes. The Cranes are pretty sure people have parked in that in front of that house since it was built in 1910. So they dug up a 34-year-old picture of their daughter that also shows their car in the driveway and sent that off to the city. Guess what? Not good enough.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
The photo, they say, wasn't old enough to prove historical parking use. So the Cranes turned to Google to look for older pictures of the neighborhood.
There you go.
So after spending a lot of time looking, they found something that could help them. An aerial photo, a little blurry, from 1938 that has their house on it and a black blob in the driveway. Could have been, it could have been Steve McQueen and a monster, but I don't think so.
Hey, that's cold. Remember that?
The Cranes were fairly certain it was either a car or a horse buggy and sent the photo in. The planning department said they'd never seen such a photo and would now reconsider the Cranes' situation. The chief of staff at San Francisco Planning Department, the head dirt idiot.
He was naked?
Who knows? You wouldn't even notice. The stupid would be too thick.
He might have been out pooping on the street.
Daniel Sider said, and I quote, the 1938 aerial photo was never shared with this department. And so to that end, we're reopening the matter and hope to have more clarity.
This guy's an idiot.
Days.
And so is his staff.
The question, of course, on everybody's mind is why they decided to enforce an ancient, stupid law now.
Yeah.
Planning department said they did it because they'd received an anonymous complaint about the Cranes and two of their neighbors. We will probably never know who the whistleblower is, but the Cranes would probably...
All the Cranes know. There's somebody in there if they know exactly.
I'm pretty sure the whole neighborhood is going, what the...
And they're all pointing at one house.
For what it's worth, Sider from the planning department said he sympathizes with the couple. You know what that's worth? If you add $1.50 to it, they get a cup of coffee.
Yep.
So here it is. The lesson learned. Never trust your neighbors or the city's bureaucracy. Ever.
Let's go from the ridiculous to the sublime, shall we?
Do we ever do that, really?
5 fascinating...
Usually we go from the ridiculous to the ridiculouser.
Well, I'm trying to kind of...
Ridiculousnesser?
Up our game, so...
Yeah, up yours too, I know.
5 fascinating facts about spiders.
Okay, you do your story. I'm going to look for a spider story because I feel sort of left out.
Not all spiders make webs. Did you know that?
Well, yes, some make condos.
Spiders won't thank you for putting them outside instead of killing them in your house because likely that spider has spent their entire life in your house and that's their habitat.
So it's better to just smush them.
Yep. Vast majority of spiders can't hurt you.
But
some can.
There's that healthy minority that could be just...
I keep thinking about, in Minnesota, it's wolf spiders. And it's not horrible, but it's not
We have wolf spiders?
Yeah, we have wolf spiders.
Really?
Yeah. When a full moon comes out.
Are they howl? That would be a werewolf spider.
It's very tiny.
I know those.
Very tiny little howl.
More of a squeak, really.
Some spiders are social and will...
Do you realize we're adults? We're rolling ass adults. Okay, go ahead.
Some spiders are social and will actually build their webs together and take on even larger prey. So they'll take on prey 10 times their size because there's a bunch of them. They're sort of like Lilliputians.
You see, now you're starting to mix up all of your Marvel comic book heroes.
You see?
Because wasn't the Hulk 10 times as big as a man? But Spider-Man could spin the web any size. And catch fleas just like flies or something. Thieves. That was it. Thieves.
Fleas just like thieves. Uh-huh. Not all spider webs look like stereotypical spider webs.
Some look like condominiums.
The Starship Enterprise. A Jackson Pollock painting.
Okay, I could see.
Even a geodesic dome. Well, they are socially conscious.
Nope, I'm going back to the Pollock thing. I think that would be the closest. So you're trying to say not all spiders can plan Washington, D.C. is what you're saying. Okay.
No, some of them are really bizarre. They look kind of...
So they could plan Washington, D.C.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.